This is Book Selling University Course 104 about how to turn your book into products for seven figures. The expert instructor today is Helen Chang. Helen is an author, speaker, and best-selling ghostwriter. She leads Author Bridge Media, which assists entrepreneurs and visionaries to write, brand, and publish their books. The company has done more than 400 books and media projects for clients such as Michael Gerber of the E-Myth Books, Danny Johnson of ABC's Secret Millionaires, and Scott McGillivray of HGTV's Income Property. Helen has turned many of her clients' books into multiple products, earning beyond seven figures. One author's book grew into a business division worth more than $100 million. So here we go with Helen Chang. Just to show my screen and you're all set.
Okay. Well, thank you for that lovely introduction, Brian. I am thrilled to be here. And for those of you joining us on this course, I am thrilled to be working with you and showing you how you too can turn your one book or your one topic into 12 products that earn you seven figures. And we're going to be focusing on the top 7 products as well. Okay. So let's see. Brian, I can't seem to
hit the arrows. Just click on the screen.
Okay, there we go. All right, good. All right, so today I'm going to be showing you how to turn your one expertise into 7 products and 7 figures. And we're actually going to be showing you 12 products and 7 figures, but the top 7 are the key ones we're going to focus on. As you know, I am the editorial director of Author Bridge Media, and I want to help you to get your books out so that you can have the credibility, revenue, and fans that you want to garner with your ideas in the world. We have helped many authors get their books out and create multiple products with all the things that I'm going to be showing you today. You are in the right place today if you want to raise your visibility as an expert, or you want to stay connected to your clients or your audience and your readers, or you wonder how you're going to make more money from the book that you already have, and you want to continue to grow your business with your book. This is also for you if you're uncertain about how to generate more revenue with your awesome book. You may feel unsure, or you're just curious and you're in a place of expanding and growing and you want to learn. This is a great place for you to be. Thank you again for being here. I invite you to take notes because you're going to be starting to put together a plan for generating revenue for yourself with your book. And I will show you how to go further if you need more too. So the first thing is, why do you need multiple products and a platform for it? Now, you of course have been at APSS and you're learning lots of things from the crew here, from Brian and so on. So you already have an idea of it. But let's get really clear about it so that we have a very strong why for learning what we're learning today. You want to be able to have multiple products to solidify your expert position. You want to reach a wider audience, and maybe you want to land more speaking gigs. So a book and many, many different products can do all of that. But why do your clients want you to offer multiple products and be on multiple platforms? Because your clients are everywhere. They're all over the world. They're in different markets. They're in different countries. They're in different places. They are logging on to you through their tablets, their phones, their mobile devices, and they're on planes, they're on cars, they're on ships, tapping into what you have, tapping into your knowledge, wanting to hear what you have to share. If you don't have your message available on these different platforms, Your expertise will be trapped inside. You will have limited groups of people that you can appeal to and reach, which of course will limit your income opportunities. And you will be limited by your time, meaning that you can only promote your book, say, to people that you meet or that people that you talk to. Having multiple platforms and products allows you to be in many places at the same time and reach a far wider audience. You're going to be able to share your expertise. You're going to leverage your income opportunities, and you're going to leverage technology to reach these people and reach the widest possible audience, which of course will generate for you more revenue, more visibility, more continuity of your products as you create more books and generate more ideas, a bigger platform overall, and a wider audience all around the world. You're going to be able to reach people in person, online, on any hour, any day, or within 3 days, and so on. So you can capture their attention anytime, anyway. And of course, you're going to be doing it through multiple platforms, whether that's audio, video, visual, or whatever. Here's someone who I worked with and turned his book into multiple products. I helped him write his first book, and we created all of his products. Armando Montalongo. We created his first book about 7 years ago, Flip and Grow Rich. Oh no, longer than that. Maybe a little bit like 8 years ago. Came out, yeah. So this book came out. We did it together, and we were able to create workbooks from his book. So this was the how-to portion of it. He also had coaching services. He had DVDs. He had workshops, live events. Then that grew into 3-day events and bus tours. And when we spoke a year ago, he said that that book had grown that business division to $100 million. Yes, $100 million. Now, you have to keep in mind that he's a real estate investor. So he's actually, his total net worth is, I mean, he's on his way to becoming a billionaire. So most of his business is in real estate and in other types of investments. The training and the book area is a fairly small portion of his overall portfolio, but you can see it is a significant portion. And whatever it is that you do or whatever it is your life is about, even if it's just a small portion that your book can grow into to create your business, wouldn't that be a nice little adjunct to what you already do, and have that grow and grow it to any amount that you want? So that's what's possible with our presentation today. And again, I encourage you to take notes, write things down, and follow along. So the goal today is for you to learn how to make 7 figures with your one topic and creating 7 products and more. The first portion, of course, of what you want to do is create your message and your method. So the book that you have probably already has a key message, and you may have methods. If your book is, say, a novel or a memoir and so on, you can still create a method, quote unquote, which is the journey or the lessons that you learned or the qualities that you were able to develop along your journey, or what are the key wisdoms that you want to share. Of course, if you have a business book, you have an expertise book, you have a self-help book, you're going to have a method that's part of your book. If you don't have that already, you can take what you have, you can take your table of contents and turn it into a method. The method, of course, is going to turn into your various products, and then you're going to, and then I'm going to show you how to choose your products. What are the different products that you can create from your book, and you're going to choose which are the best ones for you. And then you're going to plan for 7 figures. So again, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be reviewing how to create your message and your method. We're going to be looking at how to choose your products. And then we're going to be looking at how to actually plan for 7 figures with the products that you choose. All right? Does that sound like a good game plan? You ready to go? All right, here we go. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about myself, so you know who you're working with. I started writing myself when I was 5 years old. I wrote my first book when I was 8 years old. And I grew up to be a journalist and a television producer for publications such as Business Week, San Francisco Chronicle, International Herald Tribune, and MSNBC.com. As a journalist, I was blessed to be able to work with or interview and write stories about lots of entrepreneurs. And before I knew it, they were asking me to ghostwrite products for them. So I actually started my ghostwriting career writing workbooks on how to do things, how to invest, and so on. Then people started asking me, well, Helen, can you write a book for us? I said, sure, I'd love to write a book. And my goal was to write books and really get ideas out there and help people. So I started writing books. Before I knew it, I was writing ebooks, online courses, workshops, and scripts, and I loved it because it allowed me to help amazing people, entrepreneurs, visionaries, and healers to get their ideas out there and really inspire people and make a difference in the world while also generating revenue and growing their business and raising their credibility. So I started Author Bridge Media in 2009, and we have done all types of products, including scripts, signature talks, and 3-day events for our clients and for ourselves as well. So what I'm going to be sharing with you today are things that we've actually created and done for many of our products, many of our clients. The anchor of what we do is the Create My Book system, where we show authors how to write, brand, and publish their book, and using that book, creating the other products that that's going to generate revenue for them. So in the right brand, in the right step, we take them from idea to perfect manuscript. And in the brand step, we take them from title to design. And in the published stage, we take them from starting their publishing company to getting it out there in multiple platforms. And this whole process takes about 6 months. So today, again, we're going to be showing you how to turn your expertise into 12 products or 7 products and 7 figures. So the key point is to create your branded system, choose your products, and plan for 7 figures. So the first thing I want to go over is book products versus marketing material. So book products are things that come from your book, products that you can actually sell. So you can see here we're talking about audiobooks, membership site, online courses, ebooks, workbooks, and various versions of books. So right here we've got 8 products already. Your books, you've got soft cover, hardcover, and digital. So these are 3 products already. They're different versions of the same products, but that's 3 right there. You can also create an audio book, which is through Audible or any kind of audio program. Ebook is either a digital version or a download. You can create a membership site using your book and your method and your product, create an online course and workbook. So these are products that you actually generate revenue from and charge people for. However, you can also create other products with your book, which are more, these are also generating revenue for you. more products generating revenue. So you can do coaching, you can do consulting, you can do documentaries, you can do actual physical products, you can do live events, workshops, and also a signature talk. A TED Talk doesn't actually generate revenue for you because they don't pay you for it, but I put it here because it is such a high profile event that can lead to more products and people buying your products. So I put it in this category in terms of products that your book can generate that actually creates revenue for you. Okay, that is distinct from products that are for marketing your book that you don't actually generate revenue from. Okay, so these are the other products that you can create. So that includes podcasts, publications that you might give away for free, your easy email list, speaking that's a non-paid speaking situation, TV shows that you might be featured on, YouTube videos, webinars, and blogs. Again, these are products that are marketing products that lead to people coming to you and buying your products or attending your events where you generate revenue. But these are not in and of themselves products for generating revenue. So I just wanted to make that really, really clear distinction. But with all of this, your book is your anchor product. Your book becomes your Bible for generating all of these. So what I want you to do is just really write down really quickly and take about 30 seconds right now and list down the products that you're interested in creating with your book versus the marketing products that you might create with your book. So I'm going to put you on a timer for 30 seconds right now. Beginning right now, go ahead. Okay, write down your products versus your marketing. And I'll go back to the slides so you can kind of get some ideas again. You can put down the different formats of books as separate products because hardcover, softcover, and digital are all different products. And then marketing. Okay, so that's 30 seconds. And I hope that will get your juices flowing and your ideas going on what you can do with your book. Okay, so you might say, Helen, how do I get started? This is so overwhelming. There's so many different things. I only have so much time in the day. I have a business to run. I have kids to take care of. I have community projects to participate in. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to show you how to create your branded system. Now, as I said, some of you already have your book, you already have your methods, or you have a genre that is not quite a system. But I'm going to show you how you can turn that into a system that you can then turn into products. Again, your book is your anchor product. Your book is your Bible for your content, for your methods, and everything, your wisdom, your insights, everything you want to share. Of course, you can have a series of books on different topics, but just choose one book that you're focused on for your anchor product for this exercise. Okay, then you're also going to choose your expert topic, right? So whatever your topic is, maybe your topic is sales, maybe your topic is learning to love yourself. Maybe your topic is how to communicate in a safe way. So you're going to choose your topic, all right? And you're also going to share your key inspiring message. This is what you want to do in terms of figuring out what your method is sharing your key inspiring message, which is your overall theme. So your overall theme might be something like even the smallest person can make the biggest difference. That's the theme from Lord of the Rings. Or there's no place like home. That's Wizard of Oz. Or you too can be an effective leader. 7 habits of effective leaders or effective people. and so on and so forth. Okay, so you're going to have your key message, and that's what you're going to share. Then you want to organize your ideas for a clear branded system. I kind of gave you a preview of this earlier, how you can organize your methods, your messages, your ideas, and so on. So how exactly do you do that? You can do it by steps, by methods, by topics, by qualities, by communities, by geographic regions, or by chronological order. So your body of knowledge, your ideas, can be presented in steps, which is sort of, you have to do step 1 before you can do step 2, before you can do step 3, before you can do step 4. So like, you have to figure out what your idea is before, that's the first step. Then the second step is, let's say your book is about how to buy a car, right? First of all, just decide what you want to do with your car, why it's important. Step 2 is go out and look at different cars. Step 3 is figure out your budget. Step 4 is buy the car. You see what I mean? So one cannot happen before the other. So that's the steps. Methods is like, all right, let's say you want to cook something, right? You're going to do it by stir fry. You're going to do it by deep frying. You're going to do it by refrigeration. So different methods of doing things can be your system as well, right? The next one is topics, different types of topics. So for example, let's say I want to do relationships, right? So topics might be communication, might be how to communicate, how to give a gift to somebody, how to have a physical relationship, how to, so on, okay? Qualities are like gifts like courage, innovation, wisdom, so on. Communities are going to be types of communities, children's communities, women's communities, religious communities, geographical communities. And then the next one is geographic regions, might be your state, your city, your country, so on. And then chronological order is by time. So let me show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about in terms of your system. All right, you're going to use this and create your blueprint, which is basically your table of contents for how your system, your book, your method is laid out. Okay, so your branded system becomes your table of contents, or if you have a current table of contents, you could turn that into your branded system. So how do you give life to your branded system? The way you're going to give life is by having that key inspiring message, such as, like I said, the smallest person can make the biggest difference. All right, so you don't want your table of contents to be a dry dry system. You want it to be infused with your spirit, which is your message, and that's going to be what makes your book, your product, your message, your movement different than anybody else's of the same topic. So this becomes the blueprint for all of your products. Once you have this method, this system in place, this creates a blueprint for everything else you're going to do. And how do you share your system without giving everything away? You're like, oh, Helen, I don't want to share everything. This is my method. I don't want to share it all in a broadcast where anybody can copy it and take it. Well, the way you're going to do that is by focusing on a specific area for each of your products, right? Okay, so here I'm going to show you that. This is an example. So Armando, the real estate author I shared with you about, his system is 5 F's. The foundation, then you go find a book, then you fund the book, then you, a real estate property, you find the real estate properties, then you fund it, then you fix it, then you flip it. So this is a step-by-step system. This is the step-by-step method for his book, which became the step-by-step methods for his products. So this is his key message. Whatever your circumstances, you can find a way to achieve your life goals. The only thing stopping you is between your ears. Change your beliefs to achieve greater success. So this is his key message, which makes his system have a spirit about it and a method about it, right? So you want to make sure you have a key message. So here's another example, Carmen Kosicek. She's a nurse who created a book, and she wanted to help other nurses to be successful. So she's done 2 books that have done very well on Amazon and for her products. Her key message is to overcome your fear. So her book isn't just about nurses and jobs, it's about this message of overcoming your fear. And here's another example, Hector Garcia. He's a holistic healer. He wrote the book Guiding Personal Source, which we helped him to create. And his content, his message is the ability to sense and harmonize energy is in your hands. That ability has the power to transform your health and your life. And you can see the way he organized his book was by topics, feeling, tapping, energetic balance, and so on. So it's by topics. Laura Hatch is, she runs a dentist's office. This is her book. It just came out. I'm so excited. It just launched this week, I believe. I'm very excited about her. And her message is, you can have the practice you want to have. So, and Jeff Levin, he's a real estate investor as well, and his book is on its way out. I'm very excited this year too. And his message is, the vehicle of private lending provides you with the mechanism to create the life you want. So with all of these examples that I'm showing you, these are very like concrete methods and systems that they have, and yet a message becomes the spirit behind it. So your book may already have a message. If not, you want to create one. I'm sure it's there, or identify it, because again, that message is going to infuse the rest of your products. And if you have a memoir or a book of a different genre, a novel or something, there's a key message or theme that you have, and that's the message of your book. Here's another example, Dr. Cynthia Thike. Her book is about your heart. She's a cardiologist who runs wellness centers, and her message is that we have all been given the gift of life. If you respect that gift by treating good health and a strong heart as your most precious possession, you will experience life to the fullest. So you see how inspiring these messages are? Again, this is what's going to make your book and your products different from anything else out there, is your spirit that is infused with the topics. So her topics are topics. You can see physical topics, emotional, health, soul, heart topics, all right? Ivan Levy is an example of someone who created a product from his book. He is actually a jeweler, and he wanted to write a book about gratitude and different ways to thank people in our lives who have helped us. So his topics are by communities. Communities at your work, communities who are friends, communities who are your country or your spiritual leaders, and so on. So the key thing for you is to determine what your main topics are, and whether, and that is going to become your branded system. So again, your topics can be by community, they can be by topics, they can be by steps, they can be by methods, and they can be by chronology, and they can be by time. So there's many different ways to, I'm trying to look for that here. There's many different ways to create your book topics, or to create your book, your branded system. So if you don't already have that, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and write down on your notepad how exactly you want to organize your books, or your book if you haven't written it, or your topics, or your branded system, or you're going to take your existing topic and turn it into a system that others can learn from and use. So again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, and you can go ahead and begin now. Start writing it down. Take your topic, turn it to key systems, key steps, key qualities. Or if you don't want to work on your topic and you want to focus on your key message, you can also write that down. Okay, and 30 seconds are up. So, congratulations. Again, you can always go back and fill it in, but I wanted to give you a way to jumpstart that so that you can dig in and actually start planning your books and your products during this particular session. So congratulations on getting that done. All right, so now that you kind of have that in place, the next step is to actually choose your products. I kind of gave you a preview of the types of products that you can create, but now we're going to dive deeper into it. So the types of products, we have something called an ROI worksheet, which has a list of products, and it helps you determine which ones you're going to do and how much you're going to charge for it. And we actually have a little worksheet. I'm happy to give it to you at the end of this session. I'll give you the contacts for that. But meanwhile, you can follow along and you can do this. So some of the products, as I mentioned earlier, you could create are, with your expertise, are books. And books, of course, count as 3 different products because there's hardcover, softcover, ebooks, digital products that you can, digital versions of your book that you can create. So that's one. Or you may already have that, all right? But that's your anchor. You can create ebooks from that. And what I mean by this is you can create ebook downloads. So you can take a chapter and turn it into a PDF and send it as a digital a PDF version, or you can create a digital version of your book, such as on Kindle and so on. You can also create audiobooks with your book, such as on Audible. You're going to create workbooks, and the workbook is the how-to. So a book is sharing your stories and it's showing the why and the what, but the workbook is going in specifically and showing you exactly how to do it and having your audience write in and fill it in. Okay, you can also take that system and that method and turn it into an online course. So remember when I told you about each of those topics or each of those qualities? Well, each of those become a module in your online course, or each of your chapter topics become a module in your online course. Or, as I said earlier, you can just take one chapter, one topic, and turn that into an online course. So you're not giving away the whole baby. So there's many ways you can do this. You can also create a membership site. So a membership site is when people log on, they pay a monthly fee or they pay a one-time fee, and they log on and there are other people there. So one of the things we have is a writing action club where people can log on every single day and they have the support of other people in the club, other writers in the club, as well as our writing coach, and they're all cheering each other on the membership site. So that's another thing you can do with your system, your branded system. The other thing you can do is create a signature talk. So what I did with our system, the Create My Book system, which is the write, brand, and publish stages, I turned it into a talk, and you can see me here presenting at Cisco last year, and this is a great way to get my method out and our system out. So that's what you can do, is take your branded method and system and share that. Now, in a talk, you're not going to give away the whole thing. You're not going to go through, you know, all 10 chapters of your book, or, you know, all 7 ideas and qualities of your book. But in a signature talk, you can take the top 1, 2, or 3 topics that they're going to need and turn that into a talk that you can give. Now, this signature talk can then become a keynote talk that you get paid for, and so on, and a TED Talk from there as well. And here we go, TED Talks. So turn that into a TED Talk. I too have a TED Talk. I haven't given it yet, but I have one ready. I'm so excited to be able to share that. But again, you're taking your key methods and ideas and messages and turning it into a story that other people want to hear. You can also create workshops. So we have a Plan Your Book workshop where people actually discover their key message and create the blueprint of their book. So for us, we have it as a one-on-one workshop. We have it as a multiple people workshop. I think we've had 7 to 8 participants in the workshop. Workshop is 3 hours, and then the one-on-one is 2 hours session. So you can do the same thing. It's just like one key topic or one key step within your branded system. You can turn that into a 2-hour or 3-hour workshop that people can do online or in person. Of course, you can create 3-day events from that. So we've taken our branded system and we have a 3-day event, a speaking event. And so day 1 for us is write, day 2 is brand, day 3 is publish. So again, you can take your branded method in your system and break it up into 3 days of topics, and there you go, you've got a longer event. What's great about a 3-day event is that it creates more bonding. You have time to share and mastermind and synergize more so than, say, a 1-day workshop or a half-day workshop or 3-hour workshop. So that's the difference. You can also take your method and turn it into a coaching program. So your coaching program can span all of your different topics of your branded system, or it can be just one topic turned into a particular coaching program. And this is like, you're going to meet with them, say once a week and so on for an hour or 30 minutes, and you give them one-on-one coaching in the method that you're teaching, or say the qualities that you're imparting or the lessons that you're showing them. Okay. You can also create a consulting program where they consult with you on particular things, and the consulting program can be for a group, it can be for an individual, and your consulting program can be, say, a 6-month consulting program, and they're going to give you, or you're going to give them, 12 modules during the consulting program, or 12 coaching, whatever, during your consulting program. You can also create a documentary. So our author earlier, Carmen Kosicek, who writes about nurses and jobs, she actually turned one of her books into a documentary, or actually someone approached her to create a documentary. So that was phenomenal. We also have another author, her story has also become a documentary as well. And again, the documentary is going to contain the stories that were in the branded system, or the steps in the branded system that you created, but with a much more human, emotional, and visually appealing element to it. As I said, with all of this, your book is your anchor product. So your book is the source of the content of everything that is created from these products. So here's a marketing page from Armando's book. So at the end of his book, we were promoting the CD set, we were promoting the workshop, we were promoting his coaching services, and of course his workshops and his 3-day tours. These are all all shown in the book itself, so you can see that. Cynthia Thike, who I introduced to you earlier, the holistic cardiologist, again, she created many products from her book. She is doing, she has a wellness center on the left. She's doing interview series. You can see at the bottom, she has her book. At the bottom, to the right, she had a launch, and to the top right, you can see she has this functional forum, which is a membership site as well. So She is now speaking on stages with Jack Canfield, so she's done phenomenally well. She also sells her book at the office and so on. So she's created many, many products from this book, and her practice is now like 40% of her leads from her practice, her cardiologist practice, actually come from her book and all these other products. So it's really cool. So with her, she has her marketing page in her book. You know, work with me at these workshops, come to my institute, work with me and coach with me, and so on and so forth. So you can see how that book is the anchor product for all of these other services that she's now offering. Carmen Kosicek, again, she's on the radio. She's the one who has the nurse's book. She's on the radio. Laura Hatch, the dentist, she has a training in Los Angeles. She has the practice, she has a tour, and she has an online course, and so on. And the book, again, is her anchor, documenting her method, which of course are the modules of all her trainings and her courses. Ivan Levi, I shared with you earlier. He's the jeweler who wrote a book about gratitude. He actually, oops, am I missing it? Oh, I think I'm missing the slide. But Ivan actually created jewelry. So he's got beautiful jewelry, which are about thanking people. So you can give this jewelry to a mentor that you want to thank, or a loved one that you want to thank, or someone in your community that you want to thank. So it's really, really cool. I'm missing the slide, but it's beautiful jewelry. And he actually packages it together. So he packages the book with the jewelry box and sells them together. It's a phenomenal way to generate more revenue. Hector Garcia, he also has products. This is the Energy Healer. He's got you know, a 3-day event. He's got seminars. He's got teleclasses and so on. So again, oh, I think the flyers were just sorry, the slides were just mixed up. But here's Ivan with his jewelry on Be Grateful. Okay. All right, so Jeff Levin, he also has a book, a workbook, and a signature talk, which we wrote all of it for him. We did all of it for him. I'm very excited. The workbook is actually being offered in conjunction with a national organization that is in the private lending field. So they're going to be doing workshops based on the workbook. And again, the book is the concept and is the rapport that you're generating, the emotional rapport that you're generating with your audience. The workbook is the how-to. So his workbook is about 400 pages. It's the specific methods and how-tos and, you know, fill in the blank stuff for actually getting it done. And then we did a signature talk for him, and I used content from his introduction chapter and 3 of his chapter topics, and I turned it into a signature talk for him that he is now giving and you know, speaking all over the country and really promoting his private lending method. So it's really, really cool. So going back to this, the top 7 money-making products. I've shown you a lot of different products that you can create with your book, but the top 7 money-making ones that we've seen with our clients are your books, started in softcover and hardcover. The main reason being that you can put them on Amazon, which is the biggest marketing, book marketing system, the biggest shopping mall for books in the world. So books is very important. The digital and audio versions of your books are also important. If you don't have an audio version of your book, you might want to do that so that people can access it through Audible. A workbook, again, which is the how-to. Signature talk, which is how you're going to speak and share your method with other people and sell your book as well. Workshops, which is a live event, and then through workshops can be, you know, a few hours, half day, full day workshops, and then 3-day events, which are much more intense, as well as coaching programs. These are the top 7 money-making products as far as what we've seen our clients do. Okay, so now it's your turn. You're gonna list your products that you want to create or that you have ideas for with your book or your book to be. And I am going to give you 30 seconds, beginning now. Again, these are just ideas, right? You don't have to do all of it in one time, at one time. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed or frustrated or have critical thoughts or judgments or objections to it. Just write it down, okay? Just write down your ideas. Okay, your time is up. All right. Again, I hope this gets you going. You can take your time later on and fill this out more. But again, I want you to focus on what you're going to do with your book and plan ahead, whether you have a book now or not, whether you're in the process of writing one or just starting, or whether your book is already out. You can absolutely start planning the books, the products that you want to create. So what we've covered so far, I know it's kind of overwhelming. Let's just take a breather here. So what we've covered so far, first of all, I show you how to create your branded system. Have an inspiring message or theme that you want to share with your book, and then create the topics or qualities or steps or the modules of your system and break that down. Then I showed you how to choose your products. I showed you different types of products that you can create your book, and I asked you to choose your products that you want to focus on for your book, and the ones that you think are going to generate the most returns for you. So what we're going to cover next is how to take that and plan for 7 figures. I'm going to show you the actual concrete steps so that you can create a map for actually reaching 7 figures. Are you excited? I hope so. I am. Yay! This is the road to money. So how are you going to take your wonderful baby, the book that you're so proud of, and turn it into money? So you're going to need to, again, have your book blueprint. You're going to have your publishing platforms. I'm going to give you an ROI worksheet to create your plan that you can use, and I'm happy to help you in whatever way you need later on, but this is what you're going to want to create. And you can always talk to me later, and we have lots of ways to support you in it, so don't worry about it. We got you covered. And of course, APSS is a wonderful resource for you. So go back, join the forums, join the webinars, go to the live meetings, connect with Brian, and you're going to get all the support you need in terms of creating products from your book and getting it out there. So now, as I said, I'm going to show you how to plan for 7 figures. We are going to show you the money, baby. All right. Okay. So you're going to do a makeshift ROI worksheet, and you're going to check your list of products. All right. You're going to check which are the products that you really want to focus on. Then what we're going to do is you're going to determine the price for each item that you're comfortable charging, that you feel good about charging, that people are going to feel good exchanging and giving to you. And then you're going to determine the frequency of selling them. How often are you going to sell these products and services? How often are you going to offer them? You're going to make that up. And then we're going to figure out the monthly average for each item, add up on a monthly basis, and then add it up to create your yearly numbers, okay? So you started writing the list of your products earlier, and I'm just going to go with this example. Like, I want to focus on these products for my book. Very, very simple, very conservative books, signature talk, coaching program, and a one-day workshop. All right. Now, the examples I'm going to show you, we're going to go to, smaller, more conservative numbers, so you don't think, oh my God, 7 figures is impossible. I can't get to $1 million. I'm going to show you the method. All right. Even if you get to a few $1,000s, you're going to take the same method and turn it into $10,000, hundreds of $1,000s. And this is how you get to $1 million, 7 products, okay? So don't focus on the numbers per se, focus on the method of how we're gonna do this, all right? So again, for here, take your products. Again, just learn this, what I'm sharing with you. Don't get too hung up on, oh my God, I don't want to do a signature talk. Oh my God, I don't know how to do a workshop. Don't get hung up on that right now. Just follow what I'm sharing with you, okay? So this is the sample, the example that I'm sharing with these 7 products. So let's see. With my book, Hard and Soft, I'm gonna sell them for $20 each. I'm averaging this out. Of course, you know, an ebook is going to cost closer to, you know, a little bit less than $10. A hardcover can be $25, but I'm averaging it out to $20. Okay. A Kindle ebook, let's say $10 a copy. Audio book, let's say $10 a copy. Workbook, let's say $200. You know, $200 for a workbook, and I've seen workbooks as much as $1,000, or a set of workbooks as high as a couple $1,000. So $200 is a very, very conservative number. The signature talk, I'm going to put 0 for now, because in the beginning you're often giving your talks for free. It's not till later that you actually start getting paid. So again, I'm being very conservative here with 0 for the signature talk. A one-day workshop, let's say we charge $500 for a one-day workshop. And then a coaching program, let's say it's $1,000 for a coaching program. And as you can see, you can already start to bundle, mix and bundle this stuff, right? Let's say somebody signs up for a workshop, then you get a free workbook, or you get a free book, and you take a coaching program, and that includes a workshop, or includes all of the books, and it includes all the workbooks and so on. So you can see how you can mix and match all this and bundle and so on. But anyway, these are the numbers that I've chosen for this example. So then the next thing I'm going to want to do is figure out, well, how often am I going to be selling it? Okay. So on a monthly basis, I'm kind of averaging it out as to what I'm going to do. So like, let's say I want to sell 50 copies. I plan to sell 50 copies of my book per month, 50 ebook downloads, 10 audiobooks, 5 workbooks, I'll do 2 signature talks a month, 10 workshops. Now 10, it's not that I'm doing 10 workshops a month, it's that I have 10 people in my workshop. Maybe my workshop is only once a month, but I'm going to have 10 people in my workshop. Okay, and then I'm going to have 2 people in my coaching program, and I'm selling 2 coaching programs per month. Does that make sense? Okay, all right. So then after that, I can figure out, okay, what's my monthly total, right? So when you do the math across, this comes out to what I'm going to earn per month based on a plan, all right? So this gives me a total of $9,600. Right? Again, you can mix and match, but you see how conservative I was with these numbers? This is a total that I have based on this, okay? So if I multiply that by 12 months, it gives me 6 figures, right? I'm at 6 figures already here with this example, you know, with the caveat that I'm going to keep working during the holiday months, with the caveat that this is an average, with the caveat that this is a plan, with the caveat that I'm going to be able to change and be flexible with it, right? Okay, but just based on this with conservative numbers, I'm looking at more than $100,000 a year. All right, so here's a worksheet that we offer you, and you can put it in, and then you get total numbers, okay? So here's an example, number 2. So this one I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm still going to have the same prices for my book, my Kindle, my audio, my workbook. I'm going to start charging for my signature talks. So for those of you who do paid talks, paid programs, $2,500 is an average talk price. Of course, it can go much higher, but I'm just being, again, this is actually a very conservative number, $2,500 for a paid talk, $500 for a workshop. I'm bumping the coaching program price up to $5,000. Again, multiplying it pretty much by the same numbers or more conservative numbers, actually, because I only did 5 workshops per month here. but more coaching, still only 2 coaching programs, okay? So this is the frequency, and getting these kinds of total numbers gives me a monthly total of 20,000, which gives me a yearly total of 241,000, okay? So this is still a 6-figure, all right? Now, I only did 2 examples that are very conservative because I didn't want to, you know, blow people away. But you can see how doable this is, how realistic this is, how your one book for $20 can turn into a $5,000 coaching program. You know, and you can have all these different price points. Of course, we know that people like Tony Robbins, Simon Sinek, Brendan Bouchard, their programs are going to be $10,000 to $20,000 per program. So, you know, it can go up from there. But you can see how your book is really just the marketing tool, the gateway, the anchor to creating all of these other products. Now, if I take all of these numbers and I multiply it by 5, all of a sudden I'm at $100,000 a month, which means that I will be at more than $1 million a year. And that takes us to 7 figures. Ta-da! Bang the drums! Put together the cymbals, celebrate, clap your hands. That's how we get to 7 figures. That's how we get to $1 million with your product, with your book. Okay? So again, we have a ROI worksheet that I'm happy to give to you for free. All of our authors here were people, everyday people like you who had ideas and were able to create 6- and 7-figure businesses with their books. And as I said, Armando's at more than 100 million. So how much can you make on your one product? How many can you sell in a year, in a month, and in a year? Again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to start putting that down and let your creative juices run. All right? And you can start conservative if you want, whatever you feel like, whatever's going to make you feel comfortable. Or if you want to be aggressive and you really want to go for it and say, hey, man, I can do this. I'm really going to go for it. What can I do and how can I stretch myself? So just start writing that down, following that formula. Again, my goal here is to teach you a method and a formula. My goal isn't necessarily to get you, specific numbers, but you can see how you can do that, okay? So got a few more seconds. Okay, time is up. All righty, so I hope you feel happy and inspired. Let's review this very quickly. I showed you how to create your branded system with a message that's inspiring and a method that becomes your system, your modules, all of the things that you're going to create. Then you're going to choose your products. You're going to focus on the ones that you think you can do, that you're going to have most joy from, that's also going to generate the most income for you. Then step 3 is you're going to actually plan for your 7 figures. You're going to take the products that you want to do and figure out the math on it so that you can reach 7 figures within a year. Or if you want to have 6 figures or 5 figures or even 4 figures, whatever makes you happy, go for it. Do that. That's what we covered today. I hope that makes you inspired, gives you a roadmap for moving ahead. As I said, your book is your anchor product. And what I shared with you is based on the Create My Book system, where we are able to take people from idea to published in 6 months. And I showed you all of these different methods. And I would love to give you that free ROI worksheet, as I mentioned. So just email me, helen@authorbridgemedia.com, and we are happy to help you in any other way that you need and help you and assist you in anything else that you would like. So, oops, let's see where, sorry about this. All right, how do